Oh, we can now get tread here. Right. And these are open different days. I don't have to pay to enter here. Oh, no, I need to pay to enter here. I can fight Ebony Queen's Apple again for 2 of these. But it's level 20. That's a bit above me. Ooh, he inflicts it and gains it, inflicts it and gains it. Oof. Of course, this could go further than what I'm thinking if it spins into something else. Just like the current plot thread of them getting the branches seems like everyone here is chosen for a reason. The branches are tuning with us. And the other team is waiting for us to try and get to the branches and then steal them from us. So it seems like we're the keys to unlock it. So each of the team with us can unlock a branch. So there seems to be 12 branches to get. Then I imagine there'll be story with Dante. Could be story with Dante. Him getting his head back in carving that star if it hasn't been done already in the story. Then there's these other stories going on. But the main story will be... I do hate the limited time nature of all this shit. Because, like, oh, the fourth Walpurgis night. You know, what about the other 3? Those were limited time events too, yeah? So that means I just miss out on them? That sucks. Ooh, made 2, not 1. Oh well. Let's have a look at you. What? 45? Okay, I don't need to be I don't need to worry about being too low level.
악인들을 뒤쫓아서
출근하겠어.
즉시 출격하겠습니다.
최선은 다해볼게.
Let's give it a try.
정리를 시작하겠어.
Oh, it takes place after 6.5. Jesus. Alright, never mind. I said no. I said no. Whatever. Jesus.
로자, 교전 시작.
Okay, that's cool. I kind of don't want to do this. I wanted to back out there, and it just kind of kept going.
로자, 교전 시작.
Unclashable. Ah.
그 누구도 볼 수 없게. 순조로운 전략입니다.
I am still contemplating just leaving.
완전한 침묵. 완전한 침묵.
Suppression status 2. Ah, they die inherently after so many turns, so you kind of have to kill them quickly. We'll stay with it. Might just use this.
그 누구도 볼 수 없게.
My heart's not in this fight. I wanted to back out and I accidentally didn't somehow. Staggered. Purple.
명령대로 하겠습니다.
Damn.
그 자식은 아직 살아 있을 거야.
Do it.
로자, 교전 시작. 완전한 침묵. 완전한 침묵.
Who can go? I think it's just you.
그 누구도 볼 수 없게.
Damn.
그 자식은 아직 살아 있을 거야.
staggered. Do it again.
그 자식은 아직 살아 있을 거야.
Sinner just died. Bring them back later, at least.
임무 중에 찾아오시면 안 되는데. 그 누구도 볼 수 없게. 완전한 침묵.
You can play.
마침내 굴레를 벗는가?
깔끔한 전투였어요. 적의 모든 급소를 파악했거든요.
Was that really suppression complete? Because y'all fucking died at the end there. Probably because we didn't do good enough. We just unlocked mirror dungeons. Took a moment to update. Mirror of the Wuthering. Season 4's mirror dungeon is called Mirror of the Wuthering. Choose between simulation and ritornello difficulties to enter. Every week, mirror dungeons offer weekly bonuses. Use weekly bonuses when you're claiming the rewards for the run and receive greatly increased rewards. Every week, you can receive 3 weekly bonuses regardless of difficulty. In ritornello difficulty, you can use 2 or more weekly bonuses at once and receive rewards proportional to the number used. However, it is more and efficient to use all 3 at once rather than use them one at a time. Starter buffs. Click Starlight from completing mirror dungeons and use them to obtain several starter buffs that help you in the mirror dungeon. You can view your currently deployed centers here. Team pack compilation. You can view the list of 4 team packs that appear in the mirror dungeon. Selected 4 team pack records will be collected here. View the list of ego gifts that appear in the mirror dungeon. Obtaining a gift in the dungeon will add it to your compendium. Starlight. You can obtain Starlight from completing mirror dungeon runs. The higher you rise through the mirror dungeon forest, the more Starlight you will obtain. You can increase your chances of obtaining helpful gifts during the dungeon runs by activating more starter buffs. Starter buffs do not change with the mirror dungeon difficulties. When you enter a mirror dungeon, you'll be offered a selection of keyword-based categories of ego gifts. At first, you only have access to the random category. However, you can unlock more keyword categories as you activate more starter buffs. Ego gifts appear in each category are fixed. You can choose as many ego gifts as is available to you from the same category. You can obtain extra Starlight by choosing an ego gift category that you did not use in your immediately preceding run. Select sinners who participate in the mirror dungeon run. In mirror dungeon deployment stage, all identity levels are fixed to 45. In ritornello difficulty, your identity levels will be reflected instead. Your current identity levels will be reflected instead, max level 45. Deploy 1 or 2 star identities to gain additional cost upon entry. Deploy identities that have been used in preceding run to gain additional cost. The deployed identity rest bonus will be completely exhausted upon clearing the mirror dungeon. More rest bonus you exhaust, more Starlight you will earn. However, identities that have been swapped in and out during will not spend the rest bonuses and will not provide additional Starlight. Identities that do not spend the rest bonuses, identities that have been swapped in or out, will gain 1 bar of rest bonus. After finishing up the initial team setup, press confirm. This area displays the initial cost you've gained over the deployment process. Upon entering the 4, you'll be presented with a collection of different teams that you can choose to face in this 4. Select and pull down a card pack you would like to challenge for this 4. Because each 4 team has a set range of Eagle Gifts, choices most effective choose the 4 team that has enemies that are weak to your current team composition, or 4 team packs with Eagle Gifts that you need. At the bottom of, you can view the Eagle Gifts you can choose after defeating the boss of the 4 team. The mirror dungeon rooms and paths randomly generated. You can proceed by moving nodes to nodes adjacent to your current node. You may find various events or combat encounters in each of the nodes. 1, 2, 3. You are in Starlight and cost as you proceed through the mirror dungeon. Starlight can be spent to engrave stars, activate starter buffs, and cost can be spent at shops and rest stops found in the mirror dungeon. Eagle Gifts. Acquire Eagle Gifts. Acquired Eagle Gifts are displayed here. Eagle Gifts are items that offer powerful effects that last until the end of the dungeon. Status, active, effective attacks. Below the combat encounter nodes in mirror dungeons are types and affinities effective against enemies in each node. At shops, you can spend your cost to purchase Eagle Gifts, heal allies, deploy/swap out additional identities, or power up selected identities. At shops, you can sell Eagle Gifts you don't need to obtain cost. Rest stops. You can spend your cost to heal allies. You can fuse the Eagle Gifts to obtain different Eagle Gifts. There's a chance for encounter reward cards to appear after winning an encounter. Higher the encounter difficulty, the higher the chance of obtaining one. You can obtain various resources such as cost, Starlight, Eagle Gifts, or Eagle Resources. 4 buffs. Upon clearing a 4, you will obtain random enemy buffs tied to each Eagle Gift. Enemy buffs will continue to stack with every 4 cleared. Upon clearing a mirror dungeon run, spend Necron modules to claim your rewards. The amount of rewards depends on the number of cleared 4s. You can use weekly bonus chances to claim even more rewards. Oh, that was a lot. Well, we haven't done woodering, so we'll wait. I have to do 3.5-9 to get Dante's notes. I don't know what his says. Faust is Walpurgis knocked. Which night? Impossible dream? No idea. Soel? Seems familiar, but I can't pin it. Let's look it up. It's bugging me. Sun is setting. Well, I was right about it being to do with the sun. Well, I think I may have said light, but yeah, close enough. No idea again. Revenge, Hearse. No idea. Vogel. No idea. No idea. Oh, the second Walpurgis Night. Okay, you still do get something on it. There's the fort. Murder in the Warp Express. Okay, that's nice to at least get that. Though, with the look of these going on, it's... well, mainly her, it's... I know, I'm expecting disc battle or whatever they call it, you know? Just two people shouting insults at each other and trying to be hip. Seems like guy and girl? All the girls there, guys here. Ooh, missions. Complete the suppression. Nice. Training team captain defeats 3 fruits of understanding in an encounter. Nice. Oh, completed without that. Nice. Complete suppression with them surviving and taking less than 10 hits from enemy attack skills. Insane. Defeat 2+ enemies in single turn. Jesus. Oh, that went well. Let me just check my phone. Did I get any messages? Yes! Give me a second. Hello, folks, and I'm back. I've been gone a while again. It's now 7 p.m. 7 p.m.! Jesus Christ. Time is gone. What have I been up to? A few things. But, I think I've been gone like 4 hours. One thing that I've been... Okay, this OBS is completely missized for some reason. It's like extending like up to here. Like there's the symbol of it. Like imagine any like icon. And it's been slightly cut off in the corners. And same with like the over here, like the top of the X and the window button. Restore down button. It's being slightly cut off by the top of the screen. Nothing else is like that. No, actually, everything else is like that. Excuse me. Did I futz with... I did futz with the, one of the monitor settings the other day. So maybe it's that. The idea of it is just really annoying me now that I'm paying much attention to it. I've noticed it before, but I didn't think too much about it. Display settings. Okay, this one is fine. Okay, I've seemed to have fixed it. Though, I want to see some stuff that is a little out of focus. Like the name at the top of the screen. Whatever. What have I been up to? Got a lot, eh? I've also been reading a bit of Corpse Knight Gunther on Webtoon. It's fun. I've talked about it over in Demon Souls when I was doing my +1 run, +2 run, +3 run. I was talking about different webtoons I was reading. It's fun. I'd seen a bit of it floating around before, but the translation was terrible. It was a dodgy fan translation. But the official one over on Webtoon it's grand. It's good. It's good. I'm stuck on the last one. I didn't have coins to buy it, so I'm waiting until next week for it to become free. And Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's humanity's at war with vampires. Things are going poorly. In desperation, they res a corpse into like this flesh golem knight, and well, the dude's an asshole, but it's he gets better over time, kind of thing, and it's an enjoyable story. It's fun, you know. Um, I got a bit emotional towards the end with some of the characters, but they managed to make me care about characters that were nameless, faceless before. As far as I remember, I haven't read it in ages. It's like been like a few number of months before I read since I've read it last, if not more. And that those chapters managed to make me care a bit, you know. Excuse me. So yeah, it's a fun read. But let us continue. Selva Oscura. The Outcast. The Unloving. The Unconfronting. Okay, let's get it started. Though at this point I feel like I need to get another drink. I'm not doing it. The sun is almost set, leaving the bus to be shrouded in dusk. Sound night. Yeah, Silent Night, I think. Also, I do believe that actually got louder. The music got louder once she was done humming. Sharon's humming a song while driving. Found myself singing along in my head to that strangely familiar tune.
아름다운 연주는 세상의 망가진 것들에게서부터 나옵니다. 아이러니한 이치죠.
The most beautiful of performances are born from broken and ruined things. Ironic the way the world works. Virgil spoke, having noticed that I was looking at the driver's seat.
하나, 온전히 음유를 느낄 수 있는 것은 정작 그들의 몫이 아니니 이 얼마나 억울합니까?
Alas, they have not the privilege to fully appreciate the glee of their own music. How unjust that is.
카론, 오늘은 기분이 좋아 보이는구나.
Karen, you look like you're in a good mood today. Karen nodded.
응. 기분 좋으면 노래를 부르는 거야.
Joy brings out singing.
그래.
I see.
하지만
Although,
너는 오히려 울적할 때 그 노래를 흥얼거렸던 것 같은데.
as far as I remember, you would often hum that song when you felt down.
카론, 그런 기억 없어.
Karen has no such memories.
카론은 즐거울 때만 노래해.
Karen sings when she's happy. Frojo's eyes seemed to well with a subdued shade of dark. The kind of hue that would be picked right away if one wanted to express solitude as a color. But it only lasted for a brief moment. So I decided to dismiss it as that vivid sunset playing tricks with delight. I take it Karen has lost her memories. Maybe she was different before. This isn't just how she is, it's the change in her.
이제 카론이 흥얼거리는 세상은 고요한 무채색입니다.
The world Karen hums now is one that lacks sound and color.
길고 긴 터널 속을 헤어나오지 못하고 있으니.
She's going through a long tunnel with no exit in sight. I'm sure that, just like the history of my own life that I've forgotten, Karen and Virgilius must have their own threads of cruel reminders.
이런, 너무 개인적인 이야기는 그만하기로 하죠, 단테.
Pardon me, but if that's enough of personal stories, Dante.
당신의 업무는 나와 친분을 쌓는 것이 아니라 저들을 관리하는 것이니까.
Your work is to manage the crew, not befriend this old guide. Sounded almost like a little laugh at the end. When I looked at his face again, the momentary hint of sadness had fleeted, replaced with a faint smile. I gave him a few nods, then turned to check on the sinners. Our bus passengers had lifted spirits for a while now. It helped that they did what they were assembled for and secured a golden bough for the first time. All the sinners were busy talking about their exploits in J-Corp's district.
내가 그때 딱 카드 내는 걸 봤어야 했는데 진짜 명장면이었다니까.
You should have seen me show that card right there. Seriously, that was a real highlight.
저 이야기만 7번째 들으니까 슬슬 지겨워져서 그러는데 그래서 이번엔 어디로 가는 거지?
I'm starting to get sick of hearing the same story for the 7th time in a row. So let me change the subject. Where are we going this time?
이번 목적지는 K사 동지다.
This time we're headed to K-Corp's nest.
아, 11구? 덕분에 평생 가보지도 못했을 것 다 돌아다니네.
District 11, eh? Drub's taking me to all sorts of places I'd never thought to visit. I'd never have thought to visit.
그곳에도 손에 꼽히는 대단한 분이 계신다네. 아마 근처에 기념품 가게도 있을 것이야. 난 한정판 피규어 세트를 꼭 사고 싶었어.
Tis home to another great individual, and you're certain to find the souvenir shop there. I've always yearned for a limited edition figurine set.
오, 거기 햄버거 맛있다고 유명한 프랜차이즈 식당 있지 않았어?
Ooh, didn't also have a restaurant chain famous for its Hamburg steak.
요즘에는 세상 살기가 편해진 모양이군. 내가 임무를 위해 행군을 할 땐 입에 소금만 물고 가는 것이 전부였다.
Huff. Life has gotten much easier these days, hasn't it? Back in my marching days, all I had was a pinch of salt in my mouth.
그러게 말이에요. 제가 항해할 때 목구멍에 넘길 수 있는 음식이라곤 철맛이 나는 통조림 수프가 전부였는데.
I know, right? The only food I could swallow during my voyage was canned soup that tastes like iron. That's probably worse than the salt, honestly. If it's canned and it's tasting like iron, then that can is probably rusting into the soup. Ugh.
침 고인다. 그렇지 않아, 류슈?
Can't wait to try the steak. Right, Rushu?
뭐 지역마다 다를 피의 색을 생각하니 침이 고이긴 하군.
Well, imagining the variances in blood color by region does make me salivate.
진짜 무슨 얘기를 못 하겠어. 꼬맹이, 너는 뭐가 먹고 싶어?
Can't imagine anything with you. I can't discuss anything with you. Hey, kiddo, what do you want to eat? Looking for someone to share tales with and have a sensible conversation, Roger naturally turned to Sinclair. However,
싱클레어?
Sinclair?
어머, 얘 왜 이래?
What? Gosh, golly, what's wrong?
하얗게 질렸군. 과호흡과 오한도 관측된다.
He's turned pale. He's also suffering from hyperventilation and tremors. How long has it been like this?
베르길리우스님이 K사라는 언급을 했을 때부터입니다.
Ever since Mr. Virgilius mentioned K-Corp. Why didn't you tell me earlier?
명령이 없었기 때문입니다.
Because you did not order me to do so. Mersault stared at me like I was at fault for not doing the obvious.
속이 갑자기 안 좋아져서요. 죄송해요.
I just got an upset stomach. Sorry.
진짜 괜찮은 거 맞아?
Are you sure you're okay? Now that I think about it. Faust, I'm noticing a trend where one of us has visceral reactions to the destinations that Vergilius reveals. Additionally, when we arrive, it turns out that the place does have a history with the person in question. Does that have something to do with the reason we joined the company?
우리라고 칭하시는군요.
You just refer to the team as we. Huh?
미묘한 변화의 차이를 감지하는 것도 저의 주 임무라서요.
It's part of my mission to detect the slightest of changes.
그리고 수감자들의 입사 이유에 대해서는 상세히 알려드릴 수 없지만
As for your question, while I can't tell you the reasons for recruiting the sinners in detail,
저희가 가야 할 행선지와 수감자 각각의 신변이 어느 정도 관련이 있다는 사실은 부정할 필요가 없겠죠.
there'd be no point in denying that our destinations and the backgrounds of each sinner are indeed related to a degree.
기다 아니다부터 말하면 될걸. 쓸데없이 혓바닥을 길게 누리는 건 배운 놈들 특기인가?
Do all uppish snobs have some condition that makes them yap on and on about things that can be answered with a plain yes or no?
두갈적 발화가 언제나 옳지는 않아요. 파우스트는 그때그때의 가장 효과적인 방식을 선택할 뿐이랍니다.
Proteron isn't always correct. Faust simply adopts the most effective mode of communication for the given situation.
뭐?
Hystero what?
배운 사람이라서가 아니라 당신이 너무 못 배운 사람이라 파우스트의 말이 헷갈린다고 한 거예요.
It means that you're struggling to understand Faust because you're too uneducated, not that Faust is overeducated. Not necessarily sure it's even a case of Faust being overeducated, it's just being more obsessed with showing it off. Why you? Just as Heathcliff approached Faust with bat shaking in fury, Sinclair suddenly started throwing up on the floor. The boss finally quieted down after that. You know the straight story ones? They don't cost energy, do they? That would suck. I question this layout.
시간을 벌러 갈 시간이군.
My bones ache. Ooh! He's got tier 3! Well, actually, they all should. Oh. I don't think I've ever used her as in her normal form.
몸이 찌뿌둥하던 참이었어. 내려 부스러.
저를요? 최선은 다해볼게요.
Okay, this is gonna make it a lot easier to actually fill this out because now rather than 2 moves, we got 3 moves to play with. I'm a little shy on yellow and a little over on green and blue. Darker blue and red, but it's fine.
이 오티스 참전합니다.
Wonder what causes one person to speak over anyone else. It's just random. Sure to have a situation with Sinclair was dealt with.
그나저나 아까는 11구 뒷골목으로 간다는 걸 K사라고 잘못 말한 거지?
By the way, you meant the back streets of District 11 when you say K-Corp's nest, right? Yeah.
딴지 걸기엔 다들 들떠 보이는 분위기라 타이밍을 놓쳤는데.
I missed pointing it out earlier since everyone got a bit excited there.
난 어지간해서는 잘못 말하는 법이 없다.
I rarely misspeak, if ever.
맞게 들었어, 그레고르. 우리는 K사 둥지로 간다.
I know what I said, Gregor. K-Corp's Nest is where we're going.
아니 근데 둥지로 들어가려면
Huh, alright, but we're entering a nest.
그래, 심사가 필요하지.
Indeed, there's the immigration process.
난 K사 비자 없는데. 나 빼고 다들 있는 거 아니지?
You don't have a K-Corp visa. You ain't about to tell everyone else got one, right? You ain't about to tell me everyone else got one, right?
뭐냐? 왜 날 보냐?
What? Why are you looking at me?
방법은 간단하다. 닭, 돌.
The solution is simple. CI.
그리고 뚫릴 때까지 죽사를 반복하면 돼.
And keep on DER till we breach the defense.
즉, 닭, 돌, 죽살.
Short, cider. Whatever that eccentric abbreviation means for you, Shu, the sinners have learned to stop questioning it.
링버스 컴퍼니 정도의 회사라면 그냥 통과될지도 모를 텐데요.
A company as big as ours might get a free pass.
그리고 류슈 씨가 말한 방식으로는 엄청난 시간이 소모될 거예요. 날개가 관리하는 둥지를 대체 뭐라고 생각하는 거예요?
Not to mention breaking through using the method their Ryushu suggested will take ages. How badly must you underestimate a nest actively governed by a wing to say that? Oh, I see. No one's going to take into account how much I'll suffer for that cider, huh? Sadly, none of her sinners bothered to respond to me in any capacity.
이스마엘이 말한 대로 우리는 비자를 면제받아 통과한다.
As Ishmael said, we'll pass the immigration without needing a visa.
림버스 컴퍼니의 뒤엔 꽤 다양한 분야의 주주들이 계시거든.
Limbus Company is backing from the shareholders of a wide array of fields.
혹시 H사의 주주님도 아시나요?
Oh, do you happen to know the shareholder of H-Corp then?
제 동생이 어렸을 때 붉은색 여권이 아니면 안 된다고 고집을 부려서 직접 저희 집에 방문해 주신 적이 있으시거든요.
They once personally visited our home because my younger sibling insisted upon having a red passport as a kid.
글쎄, 나 같은 일개 길잡이는 그런 것까지 아는 위치가 아니라서.
I couldn't say. I'm really a humble guy who wouldn't be in the position to know such a thing.
그렇게 대답할 가치가 있어 보이는 질문도 아니고.
Otherwise, the question doesn't seem like one that's really worth answering.
너무하네요.
How harsh.
그보다 중요한 건 검문소까지 가는 길목이다.
That leaves the route to the checkpoint as our concern.
검문소의 심사가 까다롭다는 건 통행권을 노리는 자들이 지천으로 널려 있다는 뜻이기도 하지.
Thorough inspection means that there are plenty of people looking for an easy way in, including those who take the pass by force.
버스 근처에 불청객의 소리가 많다.
I hear several interlopers surrounding the bus. Well, have bus, we'll battle. Given that Dante doesn't speak, makes me more paranoid about his lines being changed. Because at least with the others we can hear them talking and in theory confirm it, just from what we have here. But since he only ever has subtitles, I'd have to... Oh, actually I could switch it to Korean and look it up. I could do that. I was thinking this was one of the games where you can't do that. But no. Halberd combo, clash win plus 30%, nice. Axe combo. Bleed on success, strike down, bleed. I'd never used her I don't think I've ever used her outside of her transformation. That's not gonna happen, but still good damage. Ooh, shield bash. Actually, I've never used her as herself. Only the other form. Ooh, that's nice. It's been upgraded, certainly. Clash win, inflict 3 defensive power down. Ooh.
명령대로 하겠습니다. 핫! 순조로운 전략입니다.
Jesus.
제가 해낸 거 맞죠?
Hustle. One ally with the lowest max HP deals and takes plus 20% damage. I'm really not liking Ryushu's moves.
명령대로 하겠습니다. 해냈어요. 적을 좋은 전략입니다.
가라앉는군요.
혹의 거울은 깨졌어.
Fuckiness. Keen observation. Oh, definitely slay.
명령대로 하겠습니다. 제가 해낸 거 맞죠? 해냈어요.
적을 난파시켰습니다.
금방 다녀올게.
해냈어요.
기분 좋은 카론. 기분 좋게 도착.
Cock-a-hoop. Charon's cock-a-hoop parking.
자, 내리지. 심사받을 시간이다.
Alright, off the bus, time to get inspected.
아, 혹시나 해서 말하는 건데 너희가 평소에 하던 대로
Let me add this just in case you're feeling inclined to your usual antics.
그러니까 볼썽사납게 사고를 치고 다녀도 일이 수습될 거라는 기대는
Don't go around making a scene expecting things to go your way.
이곳 검문소에서는 버리는 게 좋을 거다.
Because that will not be how it works in this particular place. I thought those words were pretty intimidating, but despite the worries,
K사로 방문하신 모든 분께 환영의 인사를 드립니다.
we welcome all visitors to K-Corp's Nest open-heartedly.
한 줄로 순서에 맞게 입장하신 다음 안내문에 따라 적합한 위치에 서 주십시오.
Please form an orderly line as you enter and stand where the instructions indicate. The menacing and interrogative atmosphere could subdue the temper of any first-time visitors, and the sinners were no exception. I could occasionally hear Sinclair sniffling, followed by Roger and Gregor calming him. Any of my questions were met with head shaken sideways.
그래, 평소에도 이렇게나 질서를 지키면 얼마나 좋아. 소풍 나온 병아리 같이.
Look here, how nice to see you all stay in line and behave, like a brood of chicks on an outing.
당신이 왜...
Wait, why are you out here? What made you follow us outside the bus this time? Noticing my flustered reaction at the unexpected company, Virgilius opened his mouth.
이곳이 둥지이기 때문입니다, 단테.
Because this is a nest, Dante.
혹여나 이곳에서 예상 못한 사고라도 치는 순간
One of you were to get into unexpected trouble here.
단테, 당신이 전부 책임지기는 어려워질 테니까.
Well, Dante, the responsibility will be a bit too heavy for you to bear alone. When Virgilius put it like that, it sounded as if he were saying you're not reliable enough to be sent without supervision. But I knew it would be wise to keep this to myself.
궤독은 아닐 거예요. 그래도 칭찬해 주셔서 감사해요, 관리자님. 순간 제 어머니가 생각났어요.
I really don't think it's thanks to me. I appreciate the compliment, though. I was reminded of my mother for a moment.
금방금방 빠지네요. 10분 정도만 기다리면 저희 차례가 오겠어요.
The line's moving quickly. We are turning in about 10 minutes at most.
통과 질문은 저희 13명이 다 해야 하나요? 단테 씨는 말을 못 알아들을 텐데 어떻게 해야 하죠?
Will all 13 of us need to answer immigration questions? They won't be able to understand Man's or Dante, so what should we do? Ishmael seemed to have a habit of speaking quickly and being more inquisitive when she got anxious.
안 그래도 그 이야기를 하려던 참이었지.
I was just about to get to that.
잘 들어. K사 직원은 이쪽 줄에 서 있는 사람들에게는 매우 간단한 질문만 할 거다.
Listen up. The K-Corp official will only ask very simple questions to the passengers in this line.
그리고 너희들 또한 매우 간단한 대답만 하면 되는 거야.
And your answers will be similarly concise.
신문소 직원이 어떤 목적으로 왔냐고 물어보면
When the border official asks about the nature of your visit,
림버스 컴퍼니 업무상으로 왔습니다. 업무 비자를 확인해 주세요.
say, I'm here for business on behalf of the Limbus company. Please refer to my work visa.
라고 대답을 하면 된다. 토시 하나 빼먹지 말고 그대로 외워. 그 밖에는 내가 알아서 할 테니 그저 문제를 일으키지 않을 사람이라는 것만 증명하면 돼.
Sorry, I was twitched. Says to remember the phrase so you can repeat it word for word. I'll take care of the rest, so you just have to prove that you aren't here to cause trouble.
혹시나 저 말을 외우지 못하겠다면 차라리 입을 다물고 있으세요.
If even memorizing that is too much of a burden for you, I suggest that you keep your mouth shut.
그저 갖고 계시는 사원증을 내밀기만 해도 되니까요.
You can present your employee card instead. Keep quiet and don't cause trouble. Easiest tasks in the world. I sneakily mumbled a sarcastic remark. I was worried that Faust might rat me out, but thankfully, Virgilius was idly staring off into space, sparing me from his scathing commentary.
자, 그럼
Now, next up.
질문이 있는 사람은 내가 정말 가치 있는 질문을 생각했는가에 대한 고민을 해본 후에
If you have a question, make sure to ask yourself if it's actually meaningful.
조용히 손을 들도록.
Then quietly raise your hand. Several hands were lifted, including mine.
로지온.
Rodion. Okay.
업무 목적이니까 무기는 들고 들어가도 되지?
Since this trip is for business, we can carry weapons, yeah?
그렇다. 다음.
Correct? Next.
그럼 그에게 기기괴기한 팔이나 단테의 근사한 시계머리도 상관없겠네?
Then Greg's creepy crawly arm and Dante's Chi cockhead are getting passed too.
맞아요. 참고로 관리자님의 머리는 무기가 아니라 의체로 분류되기 때문에 관광 비자여도 허용은 돼요. 비록 불사의 능력을 지니고 있더라도요.
That should be the case. For your reference, our manager's head counts as prosthetic rather than a weapon, which means it'll be approved even if what we have are a tourist visa. The powers to revive notwithstanding. Ishmael took the role of the model student and answered in Virgilius' stead. It feels like something changed about Ishmael's attitude since the casino job. She seems to have decided to take matters into her own hands after I betrayed her expectations of my capabilities as a leader.
정확해.
Precisely. Gregor and I put our hands down at the same time.
그리고 류슈, 담배는 끄고 얘기하도록.
And Ryushu, put out your cigarette before you speak.
난 손 안 들었다만.
I didn't raise my hand. Virgilius was doing his best to ignore Don Quixote's arms stretched skyward, but he finally caved and gave the woman with an adamantly raised hand the chance to speak.
그래, 돈키호테. 뭐지?
Fine, Don Quixote. What is it?
저 유리벽은 어떤 용도로 있는 것이오?
For what purpose doth that barrier glass serve? Following Don Quixote's finger, attention was drawn to the glass wall that stood in the middle of the building. On the other side of that clear dividing wall were countless people waiting in line.
저쪽은 기다린다기보다는 아예 사람들이 바닥에 앉아 있군.
The line slowed to a crawl. People are sat on the floor waiting for it to move.
줄을 선지 꽤 시간이 지난 모양이야.
Looks like they've been there for quite some time.
무장 경호원도 많군. 이곳 인원의 3배.
There are many armed guards as well, 3 times as many compared to this side.
대부분 건물에 세워져 있는 유리벽은 안전을 위한 용도일 가능성이 크다.
Most of the glass walls you find inside buildings are there for safety reasons.
뭐 쉽게 말하자면 뒷골목 사람들 전용 구역이지. 둥지마다 방식은 다르지만 어쨌든 제대로 된 비자가 없이 다른 둥지로 가는 건 진짜 까다롭거든.
Well, simply put, that line's for backstreets folks. Each nest handles immigration differently. Well, wherever it may be, it's super duper hard to get into another nest without a proper visa.
왜 검문소 근처에서 목숨까지 걸고 우리를 습격하려고 했겠어? 비자를 강제로 빼앗아서라도 둥지에 가려고 했던 거지.
Why do you think those bullies jumped us on the way to the checkpoint? They wanted our visa so they could enter the nest.
그리고 우리가 해결해 줄 수 없는 문제이기도 하지.
A problem we are not in our power to resolve. However, that answer didn't satisfy Don Quixote. Whether it was the fault of the gloomy yet oppressive atmosphere of the area beyond the wall, or the disturbances happening in there, I couldn't say.
관리자님, 저희 차례입니다.
Manager, it's their turn now. Huh? Right. Our line moved at such a quick pace, we had barely time to chat before it was our turn to answer the officials' questions.
기억하세요. 그쪽에서 어떤 목적으로 왔냐고 하면
Remember when you were asked about the purpose of your
한
visit?
번만 더 말하면 심사관인지 뭔지 아는 놈이랑 만단지에 해주겠어.
Remind me one more time and I'll show sangria to you and the official or whatever. But Ishmael's worries or inspection was smooth sailing.
소속 그룹 이유를 말씀해 주세요.
Please state your affiliation and purpose of visit.
업무처 림버스 컴퍼니에서 왔습니다. 사원증 확인 부탁드립니다.
I've come from Limbus company on business. Here's my employee card.
확인했습니다. 다음.
림버스 컴퍼니에서 왔죠. 비즈니스 때문에. 사원증 보시면 된대요.
He said, checked next. Or all checked out next. From Limbus company, business reasons, take a look at my card and all that.
확인했습니다. 다음.
All checked out, next. After our first dinner proved who we worked for, it was a breeze for the rest of us. The official asked the same question in the same dry tone, took a cursory glance at our faces and employee cards, though based on their speed it seemed more like a customary gesture rather than an actual look over, and let each dinner pass.
저쪽에서 무슨 문제가 생겼나 봐요.
Something's amiss over there. The glass wall standing between us and them was thick enough to block out sound. It was hard for us to tell what was going on through the wall. However, I could see what was happening unambiguously. Someone with cuffed hands was being dragged away by security, and a small child was crying next to them, clearly scared and confused.
신경 쓰지 말죠. 잘은 모르지만 날개의 금기를 어긴 모양이에요.
We shouldn't bother. I don't know what happened, but I guess someone broke a taboo.
그래. 가난뱅이들이 어긴 금기를 받자 만족스러울 만큼 충분한 돈을 뒷구멍에 찔러주지 않았다는 거 웬 더 있겠어?
Yeah, sure. Those impoverished vandals and their audacity to break the taboo of not stuffing enough cash in right people's pockets, am I right?
지금 저한테 이죽되는 건가요?
Are you mocking me right now?
뭐야? 신경 쓸 일은 아니라며. 너무 신경 쓰는데?
Huh? What? I thought you didn't care. I guess some snickers are in a twist. While I was distracted by Heathcliff loudly celebrating his first successful tease on Ishmael, our usual suspect sprang forth at her least expected moment yet again.
소속 그룹 이유를 말씀해 주세요.
Oh god. I am kind of dying inside. It's just like, why Don Quixote? Why? Please state your affiliation and purpose of visit. Don Quixote, why? Like, if you don't get it, folks, I suffer terribly from secondhand embarrassment. Character does something stupid, I feel bad for it. it kills me inside. Like, direly. Oh god, I started this session at 8 minutes to 2. It's now... It's 44 minutes, 38 seconds in, and it's 1951. It's nearly 5 hours. Jesus. Please state your affiliation and purpose of visit.
약자에게 자유를 주기 위해 왔노라.
I am come to liberate the weak and powerless. An emotion is expressed for the first time on the I can't even take off the headset, try and distance myself from it. An emotion is expressed for the first time on the checkpoint official's face. Flabbergastation. They looked up at Don Quixote with a face screaming that it was flabbergasted.
저자들을 풀어주게. 고통스러워하고 있지 않은가?
Release them at once. Can you not see they are suffering?
소속 그룹 이유를 말씀해 주세요.
Please state your affiliation, purpose of visit. The official ignored her demand and parroted the same question. All the while, Don Quixote was getting more upset by the minute. God damn it, Don Quixote. Like... seriously setting up my anxiety disorder. And then, in looking through the transparent wall again, I saw the desperate child mount a scream at the man dragged away in handcuffs.
그대가 나설 마음이 없다면 내가 직접 해결하겠네.
If you're willing to take action, then I shall myself.
코드 퍼플. 금기 K185 위반 발생.
Go purple. Did he actually just outright say purple? There was an accent to it, but I'm not sure if it's accent or just this similar word but different language. Violation of taboo K185 on site.
트롬보사이트 지원 요마. 재전파. 트롬보사이트.
Requesting thrombosite units. Repeat, requesting thrombosite. Veering away from inquiry like a broken record, the official spoke like an intimidating immune response to the radio.
안내합니다. 코드 퍼플. 순환 이동 검문소 14번. 트롬보사이트. 루코사이트.
Attention all personnel. Code purple. Circulation hall 2, inspection booth 14. Thrombosite, leukocyte. Blaring sirens accompanied the perplexing announcement, all the while thick metal gates shut around us.
그냥 대갈통을 부수고 시체 자루에 넣어서 지나갈 걸 그랬어.
Should have smashed her skull and carried her in a body sack.
그런다고 아주 달라질 건 없었을 것 같지만요.
I doubt that would have made much of a difference.
트롬보 루코. 각각 혈소판, 백혈구를 의미하는 것 같소만.
Trumbo, loco. With different platelets and white blood cells, respectively.
저들을 의미하나 보군요. K사와 어울리네요.
Must be them. Fitting for gay corp, I'd say. Looking in the direction Faust indicated, we all saw what she meant. Security forces wearing menacing uniforms were staring at us.
이 오티스 참전합니다.
I've gotten used to this sort of situation, but it looks pretty serious.
네. 날개의 금기를 어겼으니까요.
Indeed, we violated taboo to wing after all. It's not like anyone was hurt, can't we just talk this through? Faust looked straight into my face. For Faust to face someone directly when she usually stares into empty space as she speaks can only indicate one thing. I must have said something incredibly frustrating.
어떤 날개든 금기를 어겼다는 건
No matter the wing, infringement of taboo means A loud explosion left Don Quixote dismembered where she stood.
별도의 발포 경고 없이 금기자를 처단할 수 있다는 뜻이에요.
The legal measures can be taken against violator without warning. It looks like Border Control isn't willing to forgive us until they dismember the rest of the sinners. Armed security staff was surrounding us on all sides.
날이 갈수록 놀라워.
Never ceased to surprise me.
바닥 밑에 고여있던 조그만 기대감마저 증발시켜버리니 말이야.
Managed to wring out the last drop of expectation I left for you.
난 빠지지. 저 녀석의 단독 범행이라고 하든 다 같이 해결하든 알아서 해.
I'm keeping out. Pin the whole thing on her or take responsibility or whatever.
아까는 관리자님만으로는 부족하니까 동행한 거라면서요.
I thought you communists to handle situations that our manager can't alone.
어쩔 수 없는 것에 책임을 져준다고 했지. 이따위 헛짓거리에 동참해준다는 뜻은 아니었다.
I came with you to take care of inevitable problems, not have a pissing session in the wind. Virgils casually pushed his way through the line of armed guards and leaned against a wall. He then crossed his arms as if to further drive home that he'll remain spectator. Oof. Calm and quiet. I'm kind of... My guys are not doing well here. Okay. Win rate, please.
명령대로 하겠습니다.
Fuck.
폭들을 제거하겠소.
May have to redo this with the actually leveled identities. I got away with it a few times, so I thought I would here. Nice.
좋은 전략이네요.
Oh, you're pretty bad. I should start preparing myself.
해보겠습니다.
First defeat.
뭐가 됐던 관리자님이나 제 책임은 아닙니다.
In either case, it's never a false executive manager. Defeat. Ooh, I actually got it back. That's nice. It's encouraging me to use ego.